Students. Okay, now come to the process of fertilization. I told you that the ovary releases ovum and that ovum comes in fallopian tube. Now if the sperms are also present here, now from where the sperm comes? Sperm comes from the male's body. So these comes here in the vagina, sperms, and then they move in the uterus, and from uterus they comes in fallopian tube. Now how the movement of these sperms takes place? Because sperms have tail in them. This you can see the sperms have tail in them, so this tail help them to move. So they enter the female body through vagina, moves to the uterus, comes in the fallopian tube, where already if the ovum is present, then fertilization takes place, and the fertilized egg then again comes in the uterus and get attached to the wall of uterus for the further development. Now this fusion of male and female gamete, because sperm is a male gamete and ovum is a female gamete, this fusion of male and female gamete to form zygote is known as fertilization. Now come to the process of implantation. Now once the fertilization takes place here in the fallopian tubes and zygote is formed, that zygotes undergo several divisions and form a mass of cell that is called embryo. This mass of cell called embryo moves downward, comes here in the uterus and get attached to the wall of uterus. This fixing of the embryo to the wall of the uterus is known as ovulation. The further development of embryo takes place in the uterus. Development of embryo. Now I told you that that implantation takes place in the uterus. When the implantation takes place, then it is called embryo. You can't recognize the body parts in embryo. It means you can't recognize that this part is hand, this part is feet, this part is eye. You can't recognize these parts. So further development of this embryo takes place, several divisions takes place in it, and about after 8 weeks it comes in the shape of human body. It means now you can recognize hands, legs, head, eye and ears in it. And now instead of calling it embryo, we call it fetus. So till 4 to 5 weeks you can't recognize any part in the embryo, but when the further development takes place, then slowly you can identify, and after about 8 weeks you can identify the different parts, and then it is called fetus. And further development of fetus takes place in the uterus. Now we come to the next topic, that is birth. The development of an embryo in the uterus takes place for about 40 weeks or about 280 days. This period of development of embryo in the uterus is called gestation period. After the gestation period is complete and a complete individual is formed, then this individual comes out from the body of mother through vagina. That's why vagina is also known as birth canal. It is also called birth canal, and during this process the contraction of uterus muscles takes place, which help the baby to come out.